on the entrance it's a speed, but then you see right as you get to the apex, the track just falls away from you.
It does, doesn't it? But
so it's even here, right? When we were walking in yesterday, like if you the surface right on the apex, it's like a cheese grater really. Like it can really do a lot of damage to the front left. So you have to be really mindful of that. Because this is the type of corner, like you can see the difference from like even
the state of the circuit compared there where the left tire traffic is compared with everything else is really rough, isn't it?
It's a huge difference. That band of tarmac to this band of tarmac is
completely
entirely
smooth,
different.
yeah.
So it is a case where you have to position the car correctly to not really upset that. So it does, all those little bits add in. It's quite a this is quite a tricky corner because you use a bit of the curb on the inside, and even, you know, when you're in the car, you barely feel how rugged the curbs are on the apexes, even though when you look at them, like you couldn't cycle a bike over it. It's so rugged.
It's so rough. Again, there's no appreciation of that. I don't think the curbs or how
No.
abrasive they are, how rugged they are,
Exactly.
actually on the television. But this is a crucial part of the circuit again, isn't it? With regards to getting this right, where you could lose a position or something as you go up towards club.
Yeah, the best place to overtake really is into the chicane. So the run through here in the races is invaluable. Like if you can set it up to make sure you get a good run through here, you can force cars to go tight into the chicane, being defensive, and then they're screwed trying to get down onto the start finish straight. So this is where you'll overtake into the first complex based on this corner. So the run through here, the car has to be dynamite through here. It's the most important corner to make sure you can get through, especially if you want to get away from the pack, because then you can break the slipstream down this straight and you're gone. So it is a very
what speeds again? Do you say you're going through here?
I think the apex is 120 mile an hour, or 110, 115 right on the point. So you can imagine like the marshals, the videos they get on their phones, I'd say are quite good.
Like they're fantastic,
like
aren't they?
You've drawn a good card when you put on that post.
And the golf buggy doesn't really do it justice.
No, it doesn't at all. Like it is a great corner. Like in the car, every time you come through it, you know when you've got it right, because you can really feel the car is so on the limit. Like it's one of those corners that you psych yourself up for every lap to get ready to really commit. And yeah, it is. It's a huge. This is such a crucial part of the track.
And if you get it wrong here again, Simon Belcher and others to name have ended up through the tyres in the woodlands.
It can be.
It can bite back, can't it?
It is. Like I think the element of danger to it is what makes it so appealing and so much fun. Like I love this corner in particular because like if you're an inch too wide on the apex here, when you're going 100 mile an hour, an inch off the line at this point is like 6 foot by the time you get to the end of the track there, and that's the difference between staying on and going off. So it is
margin,
exactly. So it's
having done it so many times, then Aaron, that obviously that experience counts, doesn't it? To
definitely
get that right.
It's confidence is key around here. Knowing the equipment that's beneath you is invaluable, because it's what even makes this track so good is the fact that there's so limited amount of testing you can do here in the season. Like I think there's 2 days in the entire off season, which is in February when it's about 2 degrees. So when we come back here and it's 20 odd degrees, like I think the track temperature is 29 degrees today, so it's going to be even hotter when cars are going around. This is a condition that nobody has driven in really all year. So it's quite a unique place where the bravery does pay off, and just the confidence in the equipment. So yeah, I think that's probably where we have a bit of an advantage, knowing exactly what's beneath me. Like I can go out and give it all guns.
Come on, put your foot to the floor. Let's take us up to club and up to the chicane.
Keep going. So you normally come out of here, and once you've got it right, by the time you come off the exit curb, you can have a bit of a breather to yourself, kind of look around. On our dashes we have the split time, so you'll know if you're up on your lap or if you're down on your lap. I have a drinks bottle in the car, so I'll have a little sip of water going down here sometimes. So it is good. Like it's a.
That's if you've got church right.
Exactly.
If you've got it wrong, it won't be sitting
definitely not.
To keep your place.
Exactly. Like that's the main corner. While you might get by them at the chicane, you'll get by them into the first corner, and that's where it all pays off. Making sure you have that corner right is huge. It is the most important part of the track.
And again, give someone an idea as well, Aaron, getting and taking pole as you did here in 2015, nailing that lap as well without other cars. Well, there are other cars on the circuit, but obviously not in a racing condition. Do you know when you got it right?
Ah, you do. Yeah, like you know when you're on a hot lap around here, because just every corner you come through, you're using every millimetre of the track. And again, like we'll have the splits on our dash, so I'll know, you know, how up or down I am. So it does. You can really, you know, when the lap was coming together. Like it's a very rewarding track to get right, because it is one big long corner really.
You forget Woodham Hill, it's a hill by name and a hill by nature, isn't it?
It is.
You can see it's quite a climb, isn't it, up to club?
Like at this point we do 150 miles an hour, so it's the fastest point that the car will go all year. And it is a case, like I think that Marshall's Close is another good one for Marshall's base, that, you know, you're starting to come hard on the brakes here, so you come from flat out in 6th gear near the limiter, 150 mile an hour onto the brakes, you're probably down to 50 mile an hour, so you're scrubbing off a lot of speed. I'd say if I hit the curb in this yoke, we'll probably roll, so I may stay off it, but this right curve, you have a proper big nibble at them, so you really try and launch the car over. The next one, those yellow sleeping policemen they're called, they're the ones that really give you punctures, because they're so aggressive on the inside of the car.
Sometimes people will miss completely here, won't they? If there's been kind of an altercation leading up to club, people will completely miss out this section and go straight down and on to the start-finish line.
It is. This because everyone bunches up, so it's the speed at which you approach it. So, you know, if you're in a tow of somebody, you might get an extra 2 or 3 mile an hour, and all of a sudden you've enough to pull up alongside each other. So you could have 3 cars wide coming into the chicane. So at some point, cars will trip over themselves. So you kind of have to always, you know, keep your wits about you. This is a good place to be out the front, because you can kind of just get your head down and just focus on dropping the others behind you. So.
And again, just hitting the curbs, hitting the sleeping policeman, with the laps that you're putting in, trying to keep that consistent. It's about keeping that car moving as smoothly as you possibly can.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeping it rolling.
It's another thing where, you know, a mile an hour up at mid corner here results in 5 mile an hour by the time you get to the start finish, right? So it's the minimum speeds around this track that you need to think about. It's rolling off the brake a little bit earlier, attacking a little bit more. That's what really finds you quite a bit of time. So yeah, it's a very, very good track to get to drive around. So
take us down to the start.
Yeah, let's go.
Where for you as drivers as well, when you cross it, obviously you can win in a race or take a pole.
Yeah,
a special moment again, isn't it?
It is. Like, you know, this is a track that's normally treated me quite well in the past. So it's always nice to come back here. I've quite a lot of fond memories of winning around here. So it is good. You know, it's one of those tracks where, when everything goes right and you have a car that you trust beneath you, it is brilliant to drive.
And fantastic when the team are hanging over the wheel.
Is, yeah.
They know that you put in a good race, and fingers crossed taking that race win.
Exactly. It's a brilliant track. Like I love Thruxton. It's probably one of the best ones on the calendar, and it's good fun to drive around, which you always have.